Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a new crypto that I actually think is going to provide a lot of profitable gains over the next couple months. With us coming towards the next major move in this bull run, coming to be the blow off top, we're going to see so many different cryptos have Doge-like performances at the end of the next 6 months. Finding which ones are going to give the biggest gains or what's going to separate all of the biggest winners from losers. And I'm here to share with you guys one of my top picks that I think is going to have a very interesting cycle very soon. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server or download my free ebook. Links are going to be provided for you in the descriptions for the people that want to. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And with that being said, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, now before we jump into this altcoin that I wanted to share with you guys, I want to talk about Bitcoin because I didn't upload yesterday. I actually got a fish tank, and so I was trying to set it up and it was just taking a lot of time. I stayed up till like 3 in the morning, so I just didn't upload yesterday. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update on Bitcoin because I've actually started taking more leverage positions inside the market. I've already been doing so throughout this entire dip, pretty much since up here to 750 billion in market cap. And as we've kept making lower lows, I've just kept adding to my positions. And so I'm very much betting on the potential that we are going to be breaking out and making a much greater move on the upside. I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't feel so confident. I mean, I'm so confident in the market doing that I'm taking leverage positions. And guys, I rarely ever take leverage positions. I oftentimes used to tell you guys that just to avoid it, you focus on spot. The gains are big enough that you don't need to. If you're looking for even more risk, buy a low cap. But honestly, guys, if you're managing your risk the right way, I believe that leverage is an amazing tool that anybody can use. It's just a matter of, can you keep your emotions in check? Can you develop a trading plan, set a stop loss, and stick to it? Those are the things that are going to separate the people that just get liquidated and the people that are actually able to earn a profit. Now, the reason why I'm getting so leveraged right now is because of a few different reasons. Now, reason number one is obviously this trend line. This is something I've been pointing out. Now, for the last 2 days, I talked about the dollar being right at major resistance. I talked about how both of the last 2 bull runs have been created because of the dollar being at this exact resistance. And so as Bitcoin's approaching this support level and the dollar's at resistance, I mean, obviously this is going to be breaking bullish. And I've tried to make it very clear. Now, I'll give you guys another reason as to why I'm leveraging in really hard right now. The next reason I'm leveraging in is because of this. If we look down here, we got 2 different indicators. These are going to be 2 of my favorite indicators because I use these to really gauge when the bottom of something is going to be as well as when the top of something is going to be. Now, with this, is this the top one on the RSI? The top one is the RSI. This is a momentum indicator. Now, if you guys notice here, since April of the 10th, since right here, every single lower low we've made, which is 1, 2, 3, we've had basically 3 or 4 different lower lows throughout this period. Each one of those lower lows, it really hasn't shown and reflected in the RSI. In fact, the RSI is maintaining support. It's barely making an uptrend, but we can see that each of these lower lows is creating bullish divergence. We have bigger bullish divergence here, and then we have hidden bullish divergence between these 3 little highs right there. So we have hidden bullish divergence happening inside of bullish divergence. I mean, come on, guys. It's pretty obvious that this thing is going to be breaking bullish. I mean, you rarely see an indicator like the RSI create this much divergence without it just making a big breakout. And if it breaks out, it would pretty much just run up to about 821 bill, which on Bitcoin price, I'm not exactly 100% sure what that is. Let's go take a quick look so that I can give you an exact price target. That'd basically be like 42,000, basically 43,000. That's where we would be if in fact Bitcoin ends up breaking out of this bottom, which I believe it's going to. Now, if we come down here at the bottom, we can look at another indicator that I believe is more important than the RSI, because this one's going to be more likely to give you the right signal than giving you a false signal, because this one only breaks out and shows divergence if, in fact, it's really inside the market. The RSI can show divergence for a long time. Keep in mind that we had 4 different lower lows here before we started getting to the point where Bitcoin's breaking out. Whereas on this chart here with the OBV, on balance volume, we can see that we didn't start getting our divergence until over here. And it was about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, that we didn't a difference between the RSI giving us the signal and then the OBV giving us the signal. The fact that both of these combined are both giving the exact same signal, as we're all coming back down to retest this trend line in which we've bounced off of a number of times, at support of a previous support level that we bounced off of and got a new all-time high. I mean, come on, guys. It's not that difficult to know where we're going to be headed from here. And so this is why I'm so confident in leveraging into positions, why I'm so confident actually leveraging into the market. I haven't opened a leverage position since all the way back down in here throughout this period of time. Really, it was throughout this period that I leveraged the majority. But I mean, I bought a lot of Cardano really early at 5 cents, and that was shortly after COVID throughout this period. I bought a lot of Cardano, not even a lot of Cardano. I literally bought like $2,000 worth of Cardano, but then I leveraged it at about 2.5x leverage. So I mean, it bumped that price up a little bit, but I mean, Cardano did 30x right after that, and so it didn't matter. I mean, I made a lot of money. I made over 6 figures off of a $2,000 investment, and so that's why I say that if you manage your risk, leverage can be very profitable. But the thing is I had a stop loss in place. If it would have dipped to a certain price, I would have got cut out of the trade, in which it didn't. I was in and I held it throughout the period of time. And it was a really profitable trade for me, and it didn't require hardly any risk. $2,000 for me isn't a very big position at all. It's a fraction of a percent inside of my portfolio. And so I don't need to risk very much to make a lot back. And that's the point I try to make you guys. Even though I might have a lot of money in my portfolio, the majority of that is just sitting in big bulk holdings that are just sitting there. They're not really doing anything besides me holding them. I can take small amounts of, profits that I've made and accrued over the last couple years, and I can take a $2,000 position. Or for you guys that maybe have less of that, you guys could take a $200 position, a $500 position, even less than that. And through leverage, as long as you're setting a stop loss, as long as you create a trading plan for yourself, and you prevent the inherent risk of you getting liquidated or you getting wiped out of 90% of your portfolio or anything like that, you really do run a great opportunity of buying and accumulating at the lows before Bitcoin goes on a massive run. And when Bitcoin goes on these massive runs, anybody can buy and hold and make profit. And so it's when you get these smart calculated leverage positions at the right opportune time that they really just print you a lot of money with minimal risk. I'm telling you guys, like, risking fractions of a percent of your portfolio to earn, potentially 6 figures. A lot of you guys have more money than me. I've talked to a ton of people on this channel that have more money than me. And I know that a lot of people out there have, even if you only had a couple $100 to throw in, as long as you're setting a stop loss and you're managing your risk, I believe that you can do really well with this. Keep in mind, you have to have a trading plan or it's going to fail. Now, guys, I wanted to talk about a coin today that I'm going to share with you guys that I believe is going to be taking off in a big way. As Bitcoin's showing a bottom, I believe that there's going to be a lot of hype generated towards this, and so let's get right into it today. And that crypto is going to be Ape. Now, for you guys that don't know what this is actually the token for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm not 100% sure exactly how all of this works. I'm pretty sure that you can stake your Bored Apes, but I'm not even 100% sure about that. I mean, I got priced out really quickly when it came to buying one of those things, and so I haven't really stayed up to date aside from just watching all of the hype, seeing the floor price rocket up like it has. Now, we're actually seeing a good technical setup, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys today. We're seeing a narrative right now coupled with a technical setup, and that's what I think is really important here. As we're getting ready for the blow off top, it's really important to understand what the blow off top looks like. A lot of you guys weren't around for 2017. For people that were, most of you guys were just caught into the hype and bought the top itself, so you weren't really knowing exactly what's going on. But for me, I actually watched the entire cycle develop from the very ground up. And so I got to see the early stages where there was just a lot of FUD, when everybody said it was just going to go to zero. I watched when it first started breaking out, and then inside of those short-term sell-offs. And then I watched what the big run to 20,000 was like. And so During that period, what I saw at the blow off top was actually where pretty much everything pumped. It didn't matter what it was, everything went up in unison, but we saw a lot of narrative driven cryptos that went up the most. And this narrative could be whatever. Back in 2017, a lot of ICOs were the big thing. So you saw a lot of that narrative driven. You saw a lot of layer ones that were narrative driven. You see that even You see that even happening today with Solana, with Terra Luna, with some of these other cryptos that are pretty much just doing exactly what Ethereum is, but better, right? This is all a narrative inside the markets. And as we get towards the blow off top, as all of the retail money comes flooding into the market, everything is going to be narrative driven for the most part. Yes, you're going to be able to buy pretty much whatever and it's going to go up, but you want to be able to focus on the ones that look great, they're outperforming the market, that are showing strength, that have narratives attached, that also look like a good technical setup. Those are the things that you look for. And the reason why I'm talking to you guys about Ape today is for a couple different reasons. Well, number one, the biggest NFT that is out there, the most hype, the most retail adoption, but majority actually just mainstream attention. That's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Nobody's quite as far ahead as those guys are. And with them releasing this token, I believe that this is a narrative that is going to get a lot of hype. NFTs are a big deal. I believe NFTs are going to be a great narrative, something I've personally invested in, something I've focused on even long term after this bull cycle. But for the most part, the thing that we need to really understand here is the Bored Ape Yacht Club is really the first major NFT, right? It's the biggest thing. Because of that, people still are thinking about this and they're saying, why is a monkey, a little picture of somebody drew of an ape worth 120 Ethereum? Why is that the case? Right? It doesn't make sense to most people. When I first got into NFTs, I felt the same way. It made me uncomfortable buying into some of these things. I didn't know why I was spending $1,000 on a picture of whatever it was. And at the end of the day, the more I got into NFTs, the more I trusted the process, the more money I made. And I was able to make well over six figures in the 2021. And that was all through NFTs. Now, with this being the first major crypto release attached to the NFT, of the biggest NFT in the market, I believe that this is a narrative that people are going to want to jump on. From a technical perspective, basically what this is doing is pretty much just retesting the previous all-time highs. It's an amazing technical setup. What we saw throughout here was this period of accumulation, very customary of a new asset being added, where it gets added, drops to a new low, makes its first higher high, and then when it makes its first impulse, it breaks out of that previous all-time high. We can see that we had a very nice amount of volume increasing throughout this period of time, increasing volume, increasing price, and then we also saw a clear impulse that developed here with an extended 5-wave. Now what happened recently was the land deed came out, all of the ape holders got their land, everybody that was holding an ape got a land deed, and then you could also just participate in the mint, right? Everybody that, actually I think that even the ape holders had to go and buy their land. It was just a giant mint. And there was tons and tons of people that were minting their land for the other side, which is going to be the metaverse of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's going to be a big deal. And so they had all of this stuff. It was buy the rumor, sell the news. As the rumor of the land was coming out, the price was going up. As the news came out that the land was released, the price sold off. And the price sold off perfectly to retest the previous all-time high. And now we're breaking out. This green candle, the reason why we saw that green candle today is actually, if we come over here and go to Elon Musk, the Lord and Savior of Twitter, if we come over here to Elon Musk, you're going to see that he changed his profile picture to this. This is literally not, it's not even NFT. He doesn't own these. This is just a community picture that someone made. But he made his profile picture this, and then he tweeted, I don't know, seems kind of fungible. Right, he was just mocking NFTs, saying, well, it's not that fungible. I can take this and make it my profile picture. Right, that's the big joke with NFTs. How is this valuable? It's just a picture of an ape. The real value is the fact that it's technically a token. When you hold an NFT, it's an ER721 token inside of your wallet, and then you can actually send and receive that as if it was a real crypto. And so it's actually the crypto itself that's more valuable, but it's the picture that gives the value, right? It's like a backing. It's the first crypto that's backed to something, even though it's, you know, a picture of an ape. It seems kind of silly, but I'm here to tell you guys that NFTs are the future, and even though it's kind of silly right now, this is a narrative that will print a lot of money to the people that are just willing to kind of jump into it head first. Now, with this narrative, and with Elon Musk doing this, it just gives me a lot of vibes when we think about Dogecoin. Let's go and actually look at the Dogecoin chart here. And let's talk about the market cap let's go and look at the market cap chart of Dogecoin. So if we come all the way back over here, this was when Elon Musk started talking about Doge, and this was really what sent it, was these moves here. Elon Musk started pumping Dogecoin, and it went on a massive move. And if we look down here, where Dogecoin was at in market cap, when it first started breaking out, it was at about it peaked at 1.8, almost 2 billion in market cap. And if we come over here and look at Ape, it's going to be at a higher market cap than that. It's going to be sitting at about a 4.5 billion market cap. And so where Doge was at was a little bit bigger. Doge would have been, at these early stages of the pump. But I mean, when we look in retrospect of how high Dogecoin went into that move, from where it was at 4.5 billion in market cap to what it peaked at, that was still a 20x move, right? Now, is this Ape token going to go all the way up to 100 million in market cap? I don't know. But even if it doesn't, even if it goes up smaller than that, if we're sitting at 4.5 bill in market cap, even if it only goes up to 20, that's 3x. If it goes up to, let's say, 50, that's almost a 10x, right? I definitely think that this is going to run up to 50 bill in market cap. I mean, it just makes sense to me with how many big whales are in the Bored Ape Yacht Club, with the hype that can be generated around crypto, meme tokens specifically. Like, this is kind of going to be the next big meme token, in my opinion. It's already really big. It's already launched really big, and so obviously it's got a higher market cap. It's less likely to do these type of big moves. But I'm here to share with you guys a potential where this is literally just flipping its previous all-time high. It's never really made a cycle besides this little move here. And depending on how we look at this, I don't know exactly how you draw the waves. I don't really think that this looks much like a 3-wave because of how deep it retraced. It is possible that this is still a wave 3, and we're only going to get another wave 5 before that is over. But, I mean, as a short-term trade, to the previous all-time highs, it's about 74%. And I think that no matter what the wave count shows, I still believe that this is just going to be at its early stages. And it's probably going to go up a lot higher than that. I think that this is going to go to at least $50. That would be my guess. This just looks like the very first major retest of that all-time high. It's the first big breakout that we've seen, because even this move was still below the all-time highs. With the volume coming in here, with all of the hype around the Bored Ape Yacht Club, with what I believe the bottom being in with Bitcoin, I think that this is an opportunity that you guys should be paying attention to. And regardless, I wanted to give you guys this as a little update on the market, talk about Bitcoin, on what's happening on the shorter time frames with us actually coming towards that major support level. There's a lot of really cool things to look forward to, and I'm just here to basically help you guys and give you guys encouragement to hold throughout this period, because I know it can be really trying. I mean, especially if you were holding Doge throughout this period and made money. Dogecoin's currently sitting down about 82.5%. And so we've had this period of time where things have been very volatile, but I honestly believe that if you guys continue to hold on from here, things are going to have a massive move to the upside in big ways, because this cycle just often, every time I look at it, it just looks exactly like the early day cycles for even Bitcoin. If we come over here and look at the Brave New Liquid Index for Bitcoin, Dogecoin looks very, very similar to that previous cycle. And that's the big thing that I want you guys to pay attention for. As we get into this big cycle, this little move that we're seeing inside of this bear market is really similar to things that we've seen in prior cycles. The only difference is they're not happening quite as long as Bitcoin's bear market. But I mean, what we saw here looks so similar to what we saw inside of early day Bitcoin, where it had that big capitulation event after its massive blow off top. Very similar in comparison. And I think that that's the big thing that we need to be paying attention for here. There's a lot of similarities to go off of. Even though this is happening in a shorter amount of time for Dogecoin, it's nothing that we haven't really seen, before. This is very much the same sort of consolidation, right? And so I want you guys to be aware of this stuff. There's a lot of people that are spreading a lot of FUD, a lot of people that are expressing why they're bearish on the market, and I just think it's kind of silly, because when you really look at the details of crypto, this isn't that different from what we've seen in years past, not in the slightest. Very much the same cycles, almost the exact same symmetry. There's going to be some differences for the most part, but overall, this is almost the exact same chart. And so these sort of cryptos that have a narrative behind them, we saw what Dogecoin did the second Elon Musk started tweeting about it. with Ape doing this sort of big first cycle, and now that Elon's starting to tweet about it, I just kind of feel like he could easily do the exact same thing. Even if he doesn't, this is still a good technical setup that I wanted to share with you guys. So anyways, thank you all so much for the support of this channel. If you found value in this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys want to join the Discord server or download the free ebook, links are in the description for that. For the people who'd like to also join my VIP, follow all the trades that I take, follow all my signals, any leverage picks, any DeFi picks, any NFTs, all of that stuff gets posted inside of my private Discord. At the end of when I actually get to taking profits at the end of this cycle, I'm going to make a public announcement letting everybody know when I'm out of the market. I'm actually going to be closing off my group for this foreseeable future, because I have no guarantee whether I'm even going to open it up again, but I want to make sure I focus in on the people that are already inside of that group. So if you're a member, no need to worry. I'm going to still be posting signals in there. In the bear market, I'll post leverage shorts. I'll post stock market picks, uranium, cannabis, commodities, whatnot, things like that. I'm going to go focusing in on that stuff. And so if you guys have been waiting to join the VIP, if you guys have just been wondering, well, get in before I take profits, which obviously is going to be a few months away still, so don't worry about your time frame. But just be aware that I am going to be closing off any new entries into that group. I have no idea if I will open it up again. If I do open it up, it will be at the end of the bear market when I'm actually going to be going back into buying for the long term. So if you guys do want to get access to all of that stuff, links are going to be in the description. Thank you all so much for the support once again. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.